The rematch, baby. WBC champion Tony Harrison, Jermell Charlo, the second press conference to their second fight. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Also, sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does, in fact, help the channel as I am an affiliate. Now, I was just looking at the Harrison versus Charlo 2 press conference. The fight got rescheduled. Tony Harrison says he was injured, and they just did the press conference. The fight is December 21st, right by the holidays before Christmas, and it's going to happen in Ontario, California. I'm looking forward to this, man. Listen, I don't know what it is about the Charlo energy, but he be getting me pumped for the fights. And then it kind of brought out the same energy with Tony Harrison. It appears the two detest each other. They don't like each other. And Jermell feels a type of way because he feels he was robbed. I was at the first fight. It was the first fight on Fox with their new deal with PBC. I flew out to New York for that. And it was a very good fight. Different people, differing opinions. Jermell Charlo himself believes that he indeed won that. He even broke down post-fight, and almost he did shed a tear because he was just so distraught. Like, man, I'm supposed to be undefeated and they took this from me. So I think he has that animosity towards Harrison as well. Plus the two just naturally don't click and get along with each other. But they were going back and forth. I'll leave it to you guys to look at all of the quotes and different things like that, but very entertaining stuff. I enjoyed it, and fighters and promoters should really take note because PBC has had some very fun press conferences just this year. I'm all for good sportsmanship, but I don't think this is not Disney Plus. Boxing is a gritty, rough, rugged, in the trenches type of sport. So I'd rather natural raw emotions than this Walt Disney Nickelodeon Kids Choice Awards. If the two don't like each other, like Snoop said at the Source Awards '95, well, let it be known then. You know what I'm saying? So the two don't like each other, and that's what we got, which turned out to be entertaining. Now, to add to that, I don't think fighters should go out of their way and become cringeworthy trying to be someone they're not. But I think this is true side of Jermell Charlo and a true side of Tony Harrison. And then you put the two together. I don't think, Harrison's from Detroit. They got rough areas. Charlo from Houston. This is just who they are. And I came up in the WWF, WWE Attitude Era, growing up and stuff. And I used to love wrestling. So I like these kind of intense storylines or, Hulk Hogan turns to Hollywood Hogan and Jake the Snake double crosses and gets Ultimate Warrior bit by a snake, in the sauna. I like that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, the pre-build is supposed to build up anticipation for you to want to see the fight. And there's a lot of press conferences that we see, and it's purely running through the emotions. Pictures, face front, this, fighters aren't even telling cool stories or nothing, what I'm saying? It's just literally 5 microphones, a table, and a podium, and, kind of boring. And me personally, I prefer if there is some bad blood or whatever for it to come out organically. The Canelo Kovalev buildup was weak to me. They were acting like best buds, like they was in the movie Step Brothers. Yeah, but you gotta call me Nighthawk. And taking selfies together. I don't want to see that. You got to pay, and when it comes to fight week, you got to buy into the warfare and, the fact that these two are going to go for the gusto and try to take each other's head off. and they're smiling and patting each other on the shoulders and feeling each other's arm and playing tickle. But I don't know. I don't prefer that. Even in the Canelo versus Jacobs, you know, I understand they're both great sportsmen, but whoever with DAZN had them decide to do a FaceTime together, and it was super awkward because they were literally joking. It's on my channel if you guys want to watch it, but they were just real jovial and joking. There was like no real tension. That would be fun to see a Tony Harrison and Jermell Charlo FaceTime, but to me it didn't really make sense to be FaceTiming for when there's no issues and they're just looking at each other like, oh, what are you doing here? Hey, what are you doing here? Hey, boo boo. And, you know, and there's nothing to really talk about. There's no level of beef, and people could say whatever, you're petty, immature, or whatever the situation, but they'll be right there with me when drama pop off and it's entertaining. So drama sells, sex sells. It is what it is. And Tony Harrison and Charlo are putting up for the second time. The first press conference was intense. They're doing the same thing. So they're doing the two-peat. So to me, it's making me want to watch the fight more. You know, I don't know how you guys feel, but they got my vote. I got to check this out to see, you know, Jermell Charlo said that Tony Harrison got clipped by a fighter in sparring. So he doesn't fully believe the injury story. He says he got like clipped and hurt in sparring, and they didn't want to send him into a Charlo fight with that type of recent event happening, you know, because that could chip away at your confidence, and you got to fight Charlo, who's going to come with everything, hits hard, stuff like that. But Tony Harrison stood his ground as well, and he was going off on Charlo. So all in all, I want to see it. Congrats to Charlo and Harrison. A very entertaining press conference. Got people talking already, and let's build. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.